for the new administration that's coming?
Well, John Mahama appreciates the issues. His position is buttressed by a Supreme Court decision of 2003. That how many years ago? 21 years ago. So John Mahama is going to do the needful. He's going to make sure that nobody challenges the status of Bokunaba. If you want to challenge the status of the Bokunaba, go to court. Once you don't go to court, and there is a court decision in his favor, due process, the government of the day, head by John Mahama, will make sure that he enforces the rule of law. He enforces due process in Boku. We have learned from our experience. We know what Ghanaians stand for. They stand for good governance. They stand for accountability. They stand for incorruptibility, property and accountability. We are going to run, John Mahama is going to run the next 4 years in accordance with those principles. So we are not going to take the mandate for granted. We are not going to abuse it. We are not going to use it to amend the constitution unduly and unnecessarily. As a former member of the Defined Consultative Assembly,
Kufuor and Dr. Bawumia were governing with impunity, where dissenting voices were ignored. So much was going wrong. And when you say it, he calls you Sambalat and all sorts of names. The Ghanaian knew that we have chosen the path of democracy. The only way to punish them is through the ballot box. And so I'm not surprised at the result. I believe it's also a lesson to all political actors that you cannot take the people for granted. There will be a day of reckoning, and they will make their voices heard. I'm sure it's a lesson that would go down in history, and perhaps, sadly, President Akufo-Addo will go down in history as probably one of the worst because of the nature of rejection of his party. It's a sad day, but the real challenge is yet to be known. The damage they have done to this economy, the institutions of state. Prior to the election, you saw how vast majority of the country were uncomfortable with the pronouncements of the courts, where the Chief Justice and others were basically acting as if whenever my colleague, the leader of the NPP caucus, appears at the court, he must get whatever he wants. All those things have been rejected by the people. They've given us a clear majority to be able to do things better and far better than the NPP.
Now, talking about that clear majority, there are concerns that this could be abused. You are a leader. What's the assurance that the absolute numbers you have will not be abused in the night?
It will not be abused. We would use the numbers responsibly to advance the cause of the ordinary Ghanaian.
Now, you just returned from a transition committee meeting. There are concerns about some contractors being paid. You are a sector player as well. Is there anything wrong with the fact that contractors have executed projects and they are being paid?
Well, if a contractor has actually executed project and is being paid, that is not a problem. I know that I saw a payment schedule in October where 10 contractors were paid. According to that document, one contractor is to
blame for some of the projects, the rules that have stalled today. What would be your recommendation for your own administration relative to these contracts and the projects that have been executed?
There will be a policy document to be issued on behalf of the president regarding all these kind of things in every sector. And let's wait for those that policy document as to how we proceed with the activities of government that we are inheriting, whether it's free SHS, whether it's road construction.
The business of the first day.